And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/Takes by Fans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Folks, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Already today is a big old Sunday, last day in February. Oh boy, we're starting March tomorrow, March Madness. We're going to get into it, folks. So whenever brackets come out, we'll be filling them out here. We're going to kind of go a little heavy on March Madness, so looking forward to that next month, starting tomorrow. But we'll know when the brackets come out. I think probably like a weekend of March. We'll be all set there, but we will be breaking down March Madness, so we'll be doing that. All right, still continuing on. Today is day 14 of our 73-day countdown to the NFL Draft, looking at an NFL Draft prospect every single day to get us ready to know who our teams should be drafting. And where? Are we overpaying, overdrafting, underdrafting? We got to find out all the information, folks. So we've got a nice safety here from TSU that we're going to be looking at today. Kind of excited to watch all of his highlights and all that. So we'll be looking at him, breaking down the NBA from last night and talking about the stories of the day, which they're a little light because it's a little, it's a little bit of a slow Sunday, but tomorrow should be popping off. So let's see what we get. Let's start the show. Here we go. First story up is just another highlight package from the NFL, and it's not a top 10 that we kind of been looking at kind of these past couple of weeks. It's Kyler Murray's best plays of 2020. I mean, this Cardinals offense was really something special that kind of first 8 games, that first 8 weeks, kind of like what Seattle went. The Cardinals and the Seahawks both kind of had the same season. Great in that first half of the season, the first 8 games, and then started to get figured out or something in the back half of the season where they just couldn't keep up their offense to kind of what they did in the first half. They started to lose some games. Their playoff positioning started to slip a little bit. Did the Cardinals even get in the playoffs? I honestly can't even remember. But either way, I mean, Kyler Murray was looking good. He had Deandre Hopkins. They made it work in the first half, got figured out in the second half. But let's see how Kyler Murray was looking in his second year here. We know this man's great. He's got some nice speed. So let's see what he was doing this season in his best plays of the year. So here we go. First play up, a 3rd and 17 against the 49ers. Kyler Murray escaping the pocket, decides to run for it, and man, he is quick, folks. He is probably the second fastest quarterback in the NFL right now. Probably Lamar Jackson 1, Kyler Murray 2. He is faster than Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. He's a little shorter, obviously, but the way that he can move out of the pocket and his acceleration right there and just how agile he is. I mean, look at this. 2 runs against the 49ers here. This one going for the touchdown. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Able to kind of just cut in, cut out very quickly. He can beat anybody to the corner, really. And look at this, another running play against Washington. Great blocking, and there it is. I mean, he makes you miss. You're a safety, and you're getting beat by the small Kyler Murray, his own shiftiness. I mean, just weaving in and out of traffic. So, loving the run game by Kyler Murray. He's going deep. Oh, my God, folks. How long was this pass play? This might be 60 right here, folks. Throwing it from the 15-yard line, getting it all the way down to the 30. Oh my God, that's 55 yards clean. Woo! We know this man's got a cannon. He's winding it up again, throwing it from the 30 all the way down to the 15. So another huge pickup there, another about 50, 55-yard throw. And then he's back to the running game, just shifty. I mean, weaving in and out, starting to the inside, making his way back, or starting on the outside, making his way back to the inside. And he's just outrunning everybody. His shiftiness, his speed is truly elite here in the NFL level. And a perfect dime here to the corner of the end zone. Yes, sir. He's got everything so far, folks. We've seen the deep ball, we've seen the running game, and then we just see the freaking finesse that you can put on this ball. Absolutely perfect. Rainbow floater right over the defense, right in the breadbasket of the receiver. Now that's what we're talking about, folks. Now we get Kyler Murray on the 2-yard line. Yes, sir. A little bit of a play action. Oh, don't put I think this is a cornerback on me. Don't put a cornerback on Kyler Murray, folks. He breaks down. The corner does everything right, breaks down, but Kyler Murray's agility is just too good. That nice little jab step to go inside, then bounces it back outside. I mean, the defender doesn't really bite that hard on it, but it's just enough. If you're not moving, if you're flat-footed, it's going to be game over against anybody. Safeties, cornerbacks, linebackers, defensive linemen, edge rushers, it doesn't matter. Double teams, triple teams, it does not matter. He will shift in and out of y'all and get it done. All right, now here we go. What else do we get? Another running play, and look at that. Oh, yes, keep on going. And then he just slides safely down because he knows there's a mob of Panthers behind him. So he just slides down. But just look at this, folks. Lamar Jackson's probably the only other quarterback that can just get in and get out quickly like that. I mean, folks, he's choosing to run into where the defenders are merging into because he knows he can just, he's like Indiana Jones sliding under the door of the cave that he just took the gold amulet from and has to escape. He slides at the last second, just escaping that much, and that's how Kyler Murray kind of runs between defenses. He knows, hang on, before they converge, I can squeeze in there really quickly, and as soon as they converge, it's just Kyler Murray's kind of like the towel hanging off of his hanging off of his side that just maybe just gets caught a tad at the door closing. All right, let's go back a few plays here because that analogy was taking up way too many plays. But here we go against the Jets, going deep again. Woof! And is that Deandre Hopkins? Yes, sir. I mean, when you've got a receiver like this, I'm throwing 50-50 balls all day. This one's a little underthrown because Kyler Murray, I mean, he can't throw it 70 yards. Let's count the yards on this pass one more time. But, I mean, just going deep. I mean, we'll just call this one from the 5, getting it all the way down to the 45-yard line, so a clean 50 yards there, 45, 50 yards, however you want to count it. But it's DeAndre Hopkins coming back and fighting for the ball. That's an A1, tier 1 wide receiver who I would trust over every 50-50 ball. He's not the tallest wide receiver, but he plays like the tallest wide receiver. He will go up and high point the ball. I mean, we'll get it. I'm sure we'll get the Hail Murray at some point down here, probably the last play. And now look at this one, absolutely beautifully thrown. I mean, wide open right here, right on the money, maybe a tad, just a tad that close, overthrown, but still it's enough there to get it done and for the receiver to make a fantastic catch. He's throwing it from the 15 all the way down to the 40-yard line. I mean, folks, what are we talking about? 45 yards there. This man's got the cannon consistently. The accuracy on the deep balls are there, folks. Perfect. All right, now against the Seahawks, escaping the pressure. I don't know how he escaped that. And then he turns a 3rd and 8 that was going to be brought down for a sack to a first down. That's what this man can do. He's got the escapability of Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes. He's got the speed of Lamar Jackson. He is kind of a complete player, folks. Truly, he's got everything. And now just look at this beautiful ball to freaking DeAndre Hopkins again. I think that's DeAndre Hopkins. Yes, sir. Just look at this one more time, folks. Beautifully done. I mean, a 40-yard bomb just instantly recognizes it's a one-on-one matchup, and I'm trusting my man, my number one, all day against any defense. I don't care who it is. It's DeAndre Hopkins. I'm taking that one-on-one shot, and just look at this, folks. The shiftiness again, stretching the ball out for the end zone for the touchdown. I mean, it's just truly wonderful watching. This man is so freaking great, folks. Holy moly. All right. Against the Dolphins now, going deep. There it is again. These receivers are just running by all the defenders on most of these plays here. Truly great. They can get wide open. It's just unfortunate that this kind of Cardinals team took a big step back in kind of the back half of the season, and that's why they didn't finish so great. I mean, look at this. They're 5-2 right now against this Dolphins team. They were good the first kind of 8 weeks of the season, and then it just something else started to go wrong. It happened exactly what happened to the Seahawks this season. Just not even, maybe not changing up the offense. You're getting figured out. But, man, truly a little disappointing on how the season ended for the Cardinals. All right, throwing to the middle of the field. 4th and 1 now, tied at 24. Kyler Murray, read option, keeps it, and look at that, man. Look at that, man. Defender tries to come in quickly and almost outruns. Is that Needham? Needham? The linebacker almost outruns the linebacker to the corner, just couldn't quite turn it. Now they're down 3 here in the 4th quarter. Kyler Murray trying to go deep. Is he open? Oh, he's wide open. But a big hit there to stop him from getting to the field goal line. All right, Kyler Murray's back there. All right, that's a solid pass, I guess. Just over the middle. Nothing great there. Kyler Murray shifting to the outside, trying to outrun. I mean, look how fast he is, folks. He's not as quick as Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson has a little bit better speed on him, but they're very comparable. Definitely kind of the elite tier if you have to put, oh, here it is, the Hail Murray. I mean, look at this ball. I mean, absolutely beautifully thrown and just absolutely masterful catch here. That's why we're saying you take the one-on-one chance whenever you have DeAndre Hopkins one-on-one single coverage. I'm taking that 50-50 ball every single time, folks, every time. He just out-jumped 3 defenders on the Buffalo Bills who made it to the AFC Championship game. I mean, their defenders are not no scrubs over there, folks. So, I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. Now against the Eagles, what do we got? Kyler Murray going deep again. And once again, it's DeAndre mother-loving Hopkins, baby. Don't disrespect me. DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going up double coverage, triple coverage. Have y'all not learned by now? I'm going to catch the ball and make y'all look foolish out here. Fantastic work. I mean, throwing it into double coverage, DeAndre Hopkins is probably the only receiver that I'm truly comfortable with that will come down 100% of the time with those balls. Kyler Murray in the red zone now. I mean, and then you get, not only do you get the sure hands of DeAndre Hopkins, you get reliable Larry Fitzgerald, baby. Corner of the end zone, not beautifully thrown. I mean, the defender just never got his head around, but there it is. Larry Fitzgerald fighting through the kind of the contact of the defense, looking back for the ball, being open, secure hands, and that's the touchdown. And then you get, who is this? Is that Kirkpatrick? But whoever it is, find its way behind the defense again. Kyler Murray puts it right on him. 4th and inches, and you don't expect Kyler Murray to read option this pass. Everybody crashes down. I understand that it's most likely going to be a run up the middle, but you still got to have at least one guy play the run man, play the option man of Kyler Murray, because he'll make you look foolish like he did right there. And then just a nice little finesse. This is the last play that we got here, but nice little finesse. Not super tight, but closing in tight, and he finds it right in the perfect area of that kind of zone, the soft spot, as it's opening up. Absolutely well done. Kyler Murray, a true great quarterback, and that's only year 2, baby. Yes, their offense needs to get a little bit more consistent here. As we said, they kind of floundered at the back half of the season, but I mean, he's making all the plays there, folks. I mean, the speed is there, the deep ball is there, the accuracy on the deep ball is there, trusting your receivers is there, getting out of the pocket and just racing everybody down the field is there. His athleticism, his quickness, his shiftiness in and out, cutting in and out and faking, hesitating, waiting to the last minute, making the defenders miss, and then executing the play to the end zone. So truly fantastic work by Kyler Murray, a wonderful quarterback, and he does have to kind of be in that conversation of kind of elite dual threat quarterbacks of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, because Kyler Murray, he's got to be in that conversation, folks. He's got moves that everybody has. Or he's got moves that players have, Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, and he has like tangibles and skills from both of those quarterbacks infused into Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson as well, kind of the escapability of Russell Wilson. So absolutely magnificent. Cannot wait to see what the Cardinals do now that their defense is getting a little bit better. I mean, that defense kind of shored up at the back half of the season. Budda Baker really started to make a presence, so hopefully they can make a big old run next season, because Kyler Murray is dangerous, folks, especially paired up with DeAndre Hopkins. Oof, I don't want to be on defense covering that. Alrighty, moving on to the NBA here. Raptors Bulls has been postponed tonight. Unfortunate. Toronto doesn't have 8 available players due to contact tracing. Truly unfortunate. We know this Bulls team is a little bit rising. This Raptors team is starting to get back on track. So, the All-Star break is coming up. So I guess this is kind of the good time for everybody to kind of, maybe possibly have COVID if you have to get it at some point in the season. Right now, when the All-Star break, so you have a nice little 5-day rest, maybe 5 days to get, these negative tests back, and so you're good to go when the season resumes after the All-Star break. So, a little unfortunate here. We know Siakam is going to be out. We got this story up. Pascal Siakam is expected to remain out through the All-Star break, which we kind of knew. I mean, we just saw him miss, a couple last game. I think he's missed the last 2 or 3 games for this Raptors team, and I think they've been making it work without him. I think they're on kind of a 2-game winning streak ever since he's been out. So great that they're all kind of getting around. No Pascal Siakam, because Siakam at the 5 was actually doing real good for this Raptors team, and they've been winning games consistently. But no Raptors Bulls tonight, unfortunately. No Siakam for the rest of the week to the All-Star break, which is Thursday. And so a little unfortunate there, but we hope everybody gets good to go for the resumption for the back half of the season, because we got playoff spots up for grabs and a lot of them. So we got to see some nice, healthy, everybody's healthy. There's no excuses, competition at the back half of the season to see who truly deserves those kind of final 7-8 seeds, the positioning from 1 through 8, who deserves it. I want to see the best teams out there. So hopefully everybody gets good, everybody gets right, nobody else gets COVID. Pascal Siakam is good to go after the All-Star break, and we can start tracking some nice teams here in the back half of the season. Alrighty, those are all the stories we needed to cover. Like I said, a little bit of a light day news-wise, but let's head over to the NBA now. We'll quickly go over kind of an overview of the games, go a little bit deeper into the stats. We'll do our moneymaker for tonight's action, and then we'll head over to our NFL draft prospect of the day. So let's continue on here. 76ers and Cavs coming down to the wire a little bit, but Joel Embiid misses a buzzer beater at the end of regulation, because they were tied, I believe, at 99, takes a mid-range jumper that gets closed out very well, and it's an unfortunate clank for Joel Embiid. So it goes into overtime, and then the 76ers just lose. The Cavs were all kind of on in overtime, so well done. Cavs getting the win over the 76ers, 112-109 in overtime. All right, then, the Wizards. Yes, sir, one of our moneymaker picks from last night. Wizards -4, and they win by 16. Very well done. This Wizards team, they're arriving, folks. They're arriving. I don't want to say we were one of the first people on this Wizards train. We just put them in our top 10 and actually elevated them to number 9 right off the rip. But, yeah, very well done to this Wizards team, winning 128-112 over the Timberwolves. Now, the T-Wolves is a team that they should be beating, but, hey, like we say, we're not going to penalize y'all for doing something that you're supposed to be doing. So, great win there for the Wizards. We'll see, is Russell Westbrook cleaning up those turnovers? We saw 2 great games consistently with him scoring, or with him having 4 or less turnovers. And then their last game that they played, they had 5, so hopefully he can get that under control again. But they get the win nonetheless. All right, Pelicans Spurs, and another unfortunate close loss here by the Pelicans, and that's kind of our one knock on the Pelicans team. They're a little bit younger, and they don't know how to close out games and win out games in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, and that's the one knock on them. And it's a big old knock, because you have to be winning games in the fourth quarter. You have to be winning games consistently, because right now they're not even in the playoffs, so they got really no room for error here down the stretch in these games. It is a little unfortunate. We just saw them lose really close against the Bucks the other night, when they've had the lead kind of throughout the game consistently, just couldn't get it done in the fourth quarter. And then last night against the Spurs as well. Currently the Pelicans are number 11. They are freaking 4 games out from the 8th seed. So they're really going to have to clean it up in the second half of the season after the All-Star break. They're going to have to start to find ways to close out games. Who's going to be the leader? Because Lonzo Ball had a chance to tie this game with 30 seconds left with a 3. He misses it, and then it's basically game over from there, because now you have to start fouling and all that. So Lonzo Ball couldn't be clutch, which is kind of what we know. Somebody's got to start to step up here, start to take the last shot, start to be like, hey, when the game's on the line, it's got to go through me, and it's got to probably be either Brandon Ingram or Zion Williamson down low. It's got to be one of those two. I don't want to see Lonzo taking these game-winning shots. We just saw, against the Bucks, where nobody wanted to take the shot, and then in this scenario was a little bit different, because there was 30 seconds left and they were only down by 3, so not kind of as much as Bucks last second shot. But either way, Pelicans need to find a way to start winning down late in these games, because they're losing these games that they've been playing really well in, and it's a little unfortunate. I know it's demoralizing when you play great but you lose close, and now you're just feeling like, oh, we're a losing team. We're still a losing team. We're not there yet because we're not winning. And I don't know if this young core can kind of take it, especially with Stan Van Gundy. I don't know how great his coaching is. I think it's decent for kind of bringing this young group together, but I mean, Stan Van Gundy's been out of coaching for a long time. Now he's got, a superstar with a lot of young guns, and everybody wants to be nobody wants to be the guy. How do you coach somebody to be the guy? So I want to see this Pelicans team try to make a playoff push in the back half, but they got to start winning these close games. Alrighty, Knicks and Pacers. And folks, do y'all finally understand why we don't like this Pacers team? We stay away from Pacers every single game, or bet against them in every single game, because it's just not worth taking them. We just had the Knicks plus like 1.5. They win by 3. Bango, bango. We can trust this Knicks team. We cannot trust this Pacers team. Another loss by the Pacers. And what are they now, folks? What is this Pacers team now? 15-17, 3-game losing streak, 3-7 in their last 10, and now they are out of the playoffs. Thank goodness. I did not want to see this Pacers team in the playoffs. They were rocking about 4 or 5 consistently kind of early on in the season, and now they've just kind of floundered. They're not winning games. Nobody's kind of being consistent besides Sabonis. They can't get it done. They're not even beating kind of, the middle of the road teams. We do like the Knicks team, but I mean, when you look at the roster, it's a lot of role players. There's really no reason why teams should be struggling against the Knicks, because the Knicks are a bunch of role players, and we do like them, but, really no big superstars, not like the Nets where you got to go through James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. You got to go through, Julius Randle, who's finally having a good season, and RJ Barrett, who's still up and coming, and, Derrick Rose, who, we all know his history. So a lot of role players on that Knicks team, which we're not knocking. We absolutely love them. We have them in our top 10, but, there's no reason why this Pacers team should be struggling as much as they do. Super glad that they're not in the playoffs anymore. I just don't want to see that. I mean, there's not a lot of teams I don't want to see in the playoffs. Like in the East, the only two teams that are the only really teams I don't want to see in the playoffs are really the Pacers. Maybe the Magic and the Pistons. That's really it. Everybody else, I would love to see the Cavs. We love Jared Allen, the Wizards. We think they're emerging. They're up and coming now. Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook making it work. Trae Young and Clint Capella for the Hawks. Would love to see them in the playoffs. LaMelo Ball in the playoffs his rookie year. Yeah, absolutely. Give me that. The Bulls, we like the Bulls. Zach LaVine, Kobe White starting to step it up. Heat, we love them. Celtics, we're not a big fan of the team overall, but we do love Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And, Knicks, we love them. Raptors, good to go. Bucks, we know they're not going to win a championship. They're just kind of a filler team there in the East, truly, because, they just don't really have that kind of closer or that clutch three-point scorer consistently. So, yeah, I mean, we would like to see all these teams in the playoffs besides the Pacers, the Pistons, and the Magic. So hopefully they stay out. I mean, what have the Pacers even done this season, folks? What have they done? I don't even know who they have these 15 wins against. So let's go to their schedule really quickly. Who did they beat? Who have they beaten this season? So here we go. Let's start from the beginning of the season here. Right here. Yeah, let's start at the beginning of the season right here. All right, this is the beginning of the... They beat the Knicks early. All right, they were a mess kind of early in the season. The Bulls, once again, they were a mess early in the season. The Knicks, the Bulls have really elevated their play kind of in the second third of the season, not the first third of the season. Celtics, they split against. Celtics were kind of better on early in the season. They beat the Cavs early on. Once again, another team. They beat the Pelicans early on. Once again, another team that was, not great in that first third of the season. They beat the Rockets when I'm pretty sure nobody played this game. I'm sure, it wasn't Christian Wood and John Wall and Victor Oladipo all going into this game. So let's double check this one really quickly. Where are we at? Right here. All right, they beat the Rockets, and who was in the starting lineup and who played? James Harden played. Oh, this was when they still had James Harden, and Christian Wood wasn't even playing yet. So, yeah, this was not a good team. That was not a good team. What else do we get? Beats against the Warriors, who weren't good. They just finally caught their stride. The Blazers, who I believe still had C.J. McCollum, so I'll give them that win. Decent win there. Can't beat the Clippers. Can't beat the Mavs. They beat the Magic. Congratulations. You beat the early Magic. Once again, they weren't good because they had Aaron Gordon and Vucevic, who don't work well together. Beating the Raptors once. Beating the Hornets once. Definitely not beating the 76ers. They beat the Grizzlies, okay. Losing against the Bucks, the Pelicans, the Jazz, the Nets. Winning against the Pistons, congrats. Beating the Hawks, congrats. Now losing against the Bulls once the Bulls finally start to get good a little bit. They beat the Timberwolves when they're still not good. They are losing against the Warriors now that they're good now. They're losing against the Celtics, which they probably shouldn't be losing against because I don't think Kemba Walker played this game, and they just lost against the Knicks last night. So once again, I mean, this Pacers team is not showing us anything great at all, folks. Truly stay away from this Pacers team because we've been doing it. We've had no Pacers stock, and I would say probably the last month and a half, honestly. Not a great team at all. All right, let's keep going on with these games now. Jazz and the Magic, and Jazz get back on track here, beating the Magic like they should be. So glad that this Jazz team is back on track. Nuggets Thunder. This was one of our moneymaker games. We thought the Thunder would be a little bit close in this game because, no Paul Millsap for the Nuggets, but they finally overcome and get back on track with a nice win here. So nice win by the Nuggets, 126-96 over the Thunder. And then the last game of the night, once again in our moneymaker, but we thought Kyrie Irving was playing when we took the game game live on the show, Kyrie Irving was still playing, but then we learned probably an hour, 2 hours before tip-off, he was not playing, so the bet's kind of invalid in our opinion a little bit. So Nets lose against the Mavericks, 98-115. James Harden couldn't get it done this game, unfortunately. Alrighty, let's go a little bit deeper into these stats now. We'll start back up top with the Cavs and the 76ers, and let's start with the Cavs since they won. All right, Colin Sexton back at the 1 and Darius Garland back at the 2, and it kind of worked out for both these players. So very well done. Colin Sexton, 28 points, 3 steals, 3 assists, 5 rebounds on 40% shooting. Taking 27 shots is definitely a lot, but he still put up 28 points, so maybe we excuse it a little bit. Same thing with Darius Garland here, taking 24 shots and only shot 37%, so not great, but still put up 25 points and 9 assists and 2 steals and 2 rebounds, so still getting it done decently throughout. Jared Allen, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, fantastic game by Jared Allen, which we all know he can do consistently. Dean Wade, 6 points, 12 rebounds. Great night by him. And then Isaac Okoro, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals on 66% shooting. So pretty much a great night by the starters. Dean Wade, only 6 points, a little light, but still getting it done in the rebounding category. And then everybody else really stepping it up. They had one good, solid bench player in Damian Dotson, 10 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds in only 18 minutes, so not bad there. We know their bench is very lackluster, and we know that, Darius Garland doesn't step it up all the time, or Colin Sexton doesn't step it up all the time, so a great kind of team win here, really just kind of getting it done. So we'll give it to them. We'll give the Cavs a pretty good showing out there last night. All right, and then, they beat the 76ers, who was a great team. We know that they didn't have Tobias Harris, so we needed either Danny Green or Seth Curry to step it up, and we know that they really don't do that, so let's see if they did that. We'll start with Joel Embiid first because, obviously he's the best player on the squad. So Joel Embiid, 42 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. We do like Jared Allen. We would like him to be a little bit of a better defender out there, especially against kind of the top-tier bigs of, Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid and Rudy Gobert and Jokic. So he definitely still has some work to do. He's more of a better offensive big, Jared Allen, more than a defensive big. So Joel Embiid really kind of ate all night. 42 points. Woof. 42 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists on 60% shooting. Ben Simmons, 24 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds on 64% shooting. He even went 1 of 1 from 3. You cannot lose the game when Ben Simmons shoots 100% from 3, folks. You just cannot allow that. As soon as his first 3-pointer falls, you're like, oh, this is game time, baby. We got to all step it up. But once again, Seth Curry, 4 points on 7% shooting, 1 of 13 from the field. And then Danny Green, 9 points, 4 rebounds on 33% shooting, 3 of 8 from 3. Come on. You don't have Tobias Harris, which is kind of their second scoring option there. Obviously, Joel Embiid's their first scoring option. I'd put Tobias Harris as their second, and then either probably, if Ben Simmons is just laying it up, then I give it to him. But if I need a 3, we got to go to Seth Curry or Danny Green. But, we just don't get them to step it up, and it's against the Cavs, and you're at home. What more do y'all need to step up on? You're at home against a very lackluster team in the Cavs when, your second scoring option is not on the floor, and y'all still don't step up. I know Joel Embiid went for 42, so, points are, coming at a premium for this squad, but, Seth Curry still took 13 shots, so he could have been the one to step it up. Danny Green still took 9 shots. He still could have stepped it up, put up that 15-plus points that they really needed. They lost by 3 points. Anything else? 1 extra hit from 3 by Danny Green. 1 hit from Seth Curry from anywhere since he took 13 shots and only hit 1 shot all game. So it's just like, what are we doing out here? It's just super frustrating. We love this 76ers team because we love Joel Embiid. He's our MVP so far. We love Ben Simmons. He's a lockdown defender. We love Tobias Harris. He can do it all. Defend, score the bucket whenever he needs to. That's what he can do. But we like Seth Curry and Danny Green, but they never step it up when they need to, and that's what's so frustrating about these two players here. Alrighty, off the bench, Shake Milton, 11 points, outscoring Danny Green and Seth Curry. Come on, get it done out there, boys. What else do we get off the bench? Anything great? Not really. We get Dwight Howard, 1 point, 4 rebounds. It's just nothing great from the bench. Nothing great from the other starters that need to step up. So unfortunate. All right, let's move on to Wizards and the T-Wolves now. Let's start with the Wizards. Let's see what's cooking over here. We'll start with Russell Westbrook. 19 points, 12 assists, 14 rebounds, triple-double, but still 5 turnovers. Ugh. We allow this man 4. We give him 4. We'll have no problem if he cuts it down to 4 or less every single night, but he's still putting up 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Russell, you still got the win, so we're not going to knock you too much for those 5 turnovers, but we still want you to clean them up. All right, Bradley Beal, 34 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds on 52% shooting. These two are really taking over these games, not only just in the scoring department, but still getting involved, in the assisting column, the rebounding column, the defensive column. They're really doing it all, so very well done. Now, who else stepped up? Because they need at least one other person to step up, and they got a lot of players to step up here, especially on the bench. So here we go. Moritz Wagner, 12 points. We'll take that. Only 1 rebound, but he only played 11 minutes, so we'll give him that. Pretty nice outing there. Rui Hachimura, 6 points, 6 rebounds on 33% shooting. We've seen him play a little bit better, but, he's just getting it done defensively. And then Garrison Matthews, 18 points, 9 rebounds. Not bad, but he was a -9 on the floor in a win, in a double-digit win. Not the greatest defender out there. All right, now let's go to their bench. Yes, sir. Davis Burtons. He is the unsung hero on this Wizards team. We don't want to hear anything about it. 19 points. Kind of the second leading scorer, tied with Russell Westbrook. That's what he can bring you on a nightly basis. That's why we love Davis Burtons so much here. This is kind of the big 3 here. Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and Davis Burtons. And then, Rui Hachimura throws in a good game here every now and then. So that's what we're working with here with the Wizards. That's kind of their big names that they need to go to on a nightly basis. So Davis Burtons off the bench in only 20 minutes of play, 19 points and 4 rebounds on 46% shooting. I can definitely get behind what this man is doing. And then Alex Len, 10 points, 4 rebounds in 18 minutes off the bench. So overall, a pretty decent night by everybody. Everybody expected to step up. Everybody that is expected to step up steps up. And they get another win here, and that's why we're riding high on this Wizards team. We'll keep riding them until they flounder again, which is hopefully never, because I do want to see Russell Westbrook be competitive. Alrighty, now let's see what went wrong for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists on 36% shooting. Little bit of a locked up night by this man, I would say, holding him to like 25 less points, under 40% shooting for a big. It's pretty good defense down there. Then we get Anthony Edwards, a pretty decent game by him. 21 points, 6 rebounds on 41% shooting, 3 of 11 from 3. Definitely could be a little bit better, but I'll give him the 20 points there. That's definitely kind of what he needs to do. You need to have Karl Anthony Towns kind of go for like 25, 30 plus. Anthony Edwards have 20, and then get some other great contributions from the starters, which, they kind of did here. Jared Vanderbilt, 11 points, 12 rebounds. Josh Okogie, 12 points, 3 rebounds. I think this is his first time in the starting lineup here, definitely at the 2, so pretty decent outing, shooting 71%. I'll give him that. And then Ricky Rubio, 6 points, 3 assists on 25% shooting, only taking 4 shots. So definitely could have been a little bit better in the assisting department. Got to step it up somewhere. If you're not taking all those shots, you got to start, spreading the ball around a little bit more. All right, off the bench, we get Jalen Noel. 15 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds in 25 minutes. That's a pretty great night by him off the bench. And then Naz Reid off the bench, 17 points and 3 assists in only 17 minutes of play, 18 minutes of play. So not bad by the starters, not bad by the bench, but Karl Anthony Towns having a little bit of a lackluster night, and the Timberwolves need him to be the guy. Primary scorer. Clutch scorer. That's what they need him to be, and they need other players to step up. And Anthony Edwards being kind of the second leading scorer with only 21, not really going to get it done. They need other help there. Need at least 3, folks. You need at least 3 great scorers on your team. Wizards have that in Russell Westbrook, Davis Burtons, and Bradley Beal. All right, let's move on to Pelicans and the Spurs now. We'll start with the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan back in the starting lineup, and he was like, I'm going ham, folks. This is my first game back. I missed last game, and then they obviously all missed like 4 straight games because of the COVID outbreak. But DeMar DeRozan, 32 points, 11 assists on 61% shooting. Great night by him. What else we get here? DeJounte Murray, 18 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Great night by him. Lonnie Walker, 17 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Great night. Jacob Poeltl, 6 points, 11 rebounds. not bad. And then Trey Lyles to round out the starters, 10 points, 7 rebounds, all getting it done. And look at this bench, folks. LaMarcus Aldridge, 21 points, 5 rebounds in 23 minutes. And Patty Mills, 13 points and 2 assists off the bench as well. So great night by the starters, great night by the bench. And they get the win. Now, let's see what went wrong with the Pelicans. Nothing really went wrong overall. It's just Alonzo really couldn't be clutch down late in this game, unfortunately. Alrighty, let's start with Brandon Ingram. 29 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Pretty kind of, standard night by him. Zion Williamson, 23 points, 5 assists, 14 rebounds, 8 of those rebounds offensive. Absolutely fantastic. Not taking any threes. Love seeing that. And he shot 53% overall, so not bad by him. Steven Adams, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Not bad overall by him. Eric Bledsoe, 19 points, 2 steals, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. I mean, that's exactly what we kind of need for him. 15-plus score, because we know Brandon Ingram and Zion are going to give us our 20-plus. So if Eric Bledsoe can just contribute 15-plus, that's what we're talking about. And kind of same thing with Lonzo here. 16 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He didn't shoot well at all, but everything else, this is kind of what we need him to be. Maybe get it up to probably 6 or 7 assists, 5 or 6 rebounds, and the 15 plus points. That's what we need Lonzo to be out here. So good night by Lonzo Ball. Just unfortunately the shooting percentage, 35% from the field and 3 of 12 from 3. That's not going to get it done. Either take less threes, take less shots, be a more facilitator around the floor, because he's not the best scorer. He can, score in bunches, when he's on, but, that doesn't happen that often. So, got to spread the ball around a little bit. Got to get Brandon Ingram those shots. Got to give Zion Williamson those shots. Probably got to get Eric Bledsoe those shots if he's hitting them. So not bad by the starters. Off the bench, we get Willie Hernangomez, 12 points, 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. I will definitely give him that. Unfortunately, Josh Hart, 0 of 8 from the field off the bench, so only putting up 2 points in 31 minutes. He did have 9 rebounds, but we need the scoring to come from somewhere as well. Got to get at least some other players involved off the bench, and they couldn't get Josh Hart involved. All right. So unfortunate here. Another tough, close loss for this Pelicans team late in the fourth quarter. Unfortunate. They need to overcome that. They need to have somebody be clutch down the stretch. Alrighty, moving on to Knicks and the Pacers. Let's start with the Knicks since they won. Derrick Rose still in the starting lineup, and he had 17 points and 11 assists and 4 steals on 54% shooting, so not a bad night by him as well. RJ Barrett, 24 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds on 47% shooting. Nerlens Noel at the 5, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Alrighty. Not terrible. Definitely could be a little bit better, especially as a -2 in the plus minus. And then Julius Randle, the all-star there for the Knicks, 28 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds, 4 steals on 54% shooting and 2 of 5 from 3. And then Reggie Bullock, not a great night, 9 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds on 36% shooting and 1 of 4 from 3. So the usual suspects step up. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Derrick Rose has a good game. Now their bench, a little lackluster, especially of what we know they can do. Taj Gibson, he only played 4 minutes. So I mean, he really can't do anything there. So the 2 points and 1 rebound, we're not going to knock him for that. Emmanuel Quickly, 10 points, 4 rebounds in 13 minutes. So I guess we do give him that one. And then Obi Toppin, only 2 points, but he only played 6 minutes. So really not a lot of minutes for this bench, or for the bench players besides Alec Burks, who only had 5 points and 2 assists in 21 minutes. But not a lot of play from the bench, which they definitely need. Luckily, the starters all stepped it up, got in there, closed out the game, and got the win. So we'll give it up for the Knicks. Love what this team can do on a nightly basis, but we definitely need these, the kind of the unsung hero for this Knicks team, and kind of their secret weapon is kind of the ability of the bench scoring of Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Taj Gibson, the nice veteran leadership out there. So that's what they need to have. They need kind of 2 players in double-digit scoring off the bench, probably, in 12, maybe even 15-plus scoring off the bench. That'd be fantastic if the Knicks could get that consistently. Haven't really seen it consistently, and especially if Austin Rivers can come back. I don't know why he's not playing, but maybe they're trying to trade him around. But we'll see what happens with this Knicks team, but we'll give them a shout out for winning and beating the Pacers. Now, who did not step up on this Pacers team? Domantas Sabonis, a little bit of a light night with only 15 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, so everything else was good. Doug McDermott, the leading scorer of the squad, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Miles Turner, 11 points, 4 rebounds, -6 overall. Not the greatest. Justin Holiday, 13 points, 3 rebounds. -14, not the greatest. TJ McConnell, 17 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds. That's a pretty great night with on 61% shooting. So not really too great here by the starters. Probably TJ McConnell, the best night overall. Domantas Sabonis, only 15 points. They have to have him be in the kind of the 25-point plus category every night. He is your main ball scorer. He's your main offensive production. Got to get him involved a little bit more. And then off the bench, not terrible overall. I mean, nobody in double digits, but I mean, we got Edmund Sumner, 9 points. Jeremy Lamb, 8 points. So, I mean, they got close, but just unfortunately, they lose by 3. Anybody else could have stepped it up to try and get the win. Nobody could. A little unfortunate, and that's why we stay away from the Pacers. Alrighty, Jazz and the Magic, and the Jazz are back, baby. Yes, sir. Love seeing that. Donovan Mitchell, 31 points. We see Mike Conley did not play this game, so Joe Ingles comes back in the starting lineup, and he actually does good. But let's go back to Donovan Mitchell real quick. 31 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds on 52% shooting, and 5 of 8 from 3. Fantastic night by Donovan Mitchell. Joe Ingles, 17 points, kind of second leading scorer of the starters, so very well done. Joe Ingles always steps it up when he gets into the starting rotation, so love seeing that. So 17 points, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds for Joe Ingles on 53% shooting and 3 of 8 from 3. Not terrible, not terrible. Rudy Gobert, classic night by him, 12 points, 16 rebounds. He's just so consistent. He's probably one of the most consistent players in the league, probably the most consistent big, honestly. Even Jokic has probably not as consistent nights as Rudy Gobert has, so super impressed by Rudy Gobert. Just gets it done every single night, night in, night out. Doesn't matter who he is going against. He's going to probably defend very great unless he's, a 3 shooting big man, which he really can't get out there too quickly. But everything else is just really great about that man's game. Royce O'Neal, 7 points, 10 rebounds. Great night. Bojan Bogdanovic, 10 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Not great shooting, only 25% from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. So not great there, but they got great production off their bench. Derek Favors, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson, 18 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds in 28 minutes off the bench. And Georges Niang, folks, I mean, he is kind of their secret weapon out there. 13 points and 2 rebounds, so we'll give him that. So good night overall by the Jazz. No Mike Conley, no problem. Joe Ingles steps in. Donovan Mitchell shows out. Rudy Gobert shows out. And the bench shows out. So very great night by the Jazz. This is kind of what we are used to seeing by the Jazz. Alrighty, now the Magic. Now Vucevic has a great game. Once again, that's kind of not a surprise by us. 34 points and 8 rebounds with 4 assists. Now, they need somebody else to step up, which they really don't have that, unfortunately. We get Evan Fournier, their second leading scorer, with 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He shot 35% on 20 shots, so that's not great. Michael Carter-Williams, 5 points, 7 assists. He's not shooting a lot, but still got to get the points up. Somebody's got to be the main scorer besides Vucevic in this team, and nobody steps up. Dwayne Bacon, 13 points. We'll give him that, and 3 rebounds. And Al-Farouq Amino, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Once again, not bad, but he's a forward. He's a forward. He's not taking a lot of shots. Just kind of being the help support defense out there. All right, then off the bench, Terrence Ross, 10 points on 25% shooting, taking 16 shots off the bench. I mean, got to get that up. And then Mo Bamba, 11 points. We like Mo Bamba, but, I mean, he doesn't play a lot or consistently, so I'll give him the 11 points and 4 rebounds in only 13 minutes. Probably the best performance overall besides Vucevic. And this man doesn't play, and he comes off the bench, and he got 13 minutes here and made the most of it. So, well done by Mo Bamba. Well done by Vucevic. Everybody else. This is why we don't like the Magic, folks, right there. We just show you. Nobody else steps up here. Truly unfortunate. Alrighty, let's close out these last 2 games here. We'll start with the Nuggets and the Thunder. We'll start with the Nuggets. Jamal Murray, 26 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds on 60% shooting. Very well done. Monte Morris here, 13 points, 3 assists. Jokic, 19 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds. Michael Porter Jr. still at the 4 here, and it seems to be working out for him. Usually he plays kind of the 3, but now here at the 4, getting it done. 20 points, 10 rebounds. Yes, sir, 5 of 8 from 3. This is what we want from Michael Porter Jr. on a nightly basis. We don't even need kind of the 20 points by him. Just the 15 plus is good because we know Jamal Murray can get us the 20 plus. We know Jokic can give us the 20, 25 plus on a nightly basis. So if Michael Porter Jr. is only contributing, the 15 plus, that's what we're talking about here. So he is kind of finding his rhythm here at the 4. It's working out great. So keep it up. And then Will Barton at the 3, kind of having good nights as well. 15 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 steal on 50% shooting. So they're kind of getting it all figured out here for the starters, and that's what we love to see. Now that, Paul Millsap's been out, so Will Barton steps up in the kind of Michael Porter Jr. goes to the 4, Will Barton goes to the 3. So we'll see what happens when everybody gets back healthy in the starting lineup. If they kind of keep it the same, maybe move Paul Millsap maybe to the bench or maybe even to the 3. We'll see what happens. But Michael Porter Jr. at the 4, it's kind of working really well. Alrighty, off the bench, any good, solid performances? We get Facundo Campazzo, 9 points. Zeke Ninjaji, 3 points, 5 assists, or 5 rebounds. PJ Dozier, 9 points, 6 rebounds. So not bad overall. I mean, the starters really all got it done, and some decent contributions off the bench. Now let's go to the Thunder now. Let's see how everybody's doing here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 13 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Now we know why they lost, because he was not their leading scorer. Theo Melendon, 1 point on 0 of 6 shooting. Oh boy, that will never get it done. I don't care about these 6 assists. If you're shooting 0%, if you're only putting up 1 point, oh my goodness. And then look at this. And then Lugens Dort also only 2 points. Man, oh man. This man is not consistent at all. I think he's only had like 3 good games all season. And probably 2 of those games were when he was at the 2 because of injury, not at the 3, because he cannot play the 3 very well. So Lugens Dort, 2 points, 1 rebound. And then Al Horford, 6 points, 5 rebounds on 27% shooting. What is going on with this Thunder team? Everybody had a garbage game. These are garbage performances we're pointing out here. Oh my goodness. Darius Bazley, leading scorer. Thank goodness somebody did decent. 22 points, 4 rebounds on 50% shooting. That was the best performance of the night, and he was still... He was still minus 33 on the floor. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I don't know. All right, let's finish off this bench because these performances are killing me real quick. Ty Jerome off the bench, 15 points. Kenrich Williams, 12 points off the bench, and Isaiah Roby, 15 points and 7 assists and 9 rebounds off the bench. We'll definitely give it to him. Probably the best performance of the night. Isaiah Roby off the bench. Everybody else having minus 33, minus 28, minus 33, minus 33, minus 29. Those were all the starters, plus minus. We know they got blown out, but gosh darn, folks. Damn, nobody could score. All right, and then the last game of the night, the Nets and the Mavericks. We'll start here with the Mavericks since they won. Luka Doncic, 27 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds on 52% shooting. 3 of 10 from 3. Not the greatest there, but overall a pretty decent night. Josh Richardson, 11 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Porzingis back here in the starting lineup, just back in general. 18 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Not terrible. Maxi Kleber, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Dorian Finney-Smith, 12 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block. 83% shooting. So not a bad night overall by the starters. They did get some solid contributions off the bench as well. Tim Hardaway Jr., 13 points, 3 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, 14 points, not bad as well. But, I mean, if Kyrie Irving played, I mean, this isn't a great performance really by anybody. Obviously, Doncic had a great night of 27, 7, and 6, but everybody else, I mean, nothing really too special there. So, a little unfortunate that the Nets lost. Definitely a winnable game. I mean, them only scoring 98 points is kind of crazy. So, let's see who did not step up here for the Nets. James Harden, 29 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds on 42% shooting, and 4 of 11 from 3. So pretty standard night by James Harden. Takes a lot of more shots because now he's kind of the primary ball scorer. So we shout out James Harden. Pretty decent night by him. Bruce Brown, he plays at the 2 now, trying to switch up the lineup now. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 55% shooting. Not bad, but we know Bruce Brown, he's got to be one of these players that steps it up if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are not playing. So he's got to be kind of 15, maybe even 20 points there. Jeff Green back at the 5 there, starting lineup. 12 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. a little interesting that they had DeAndre Jordan come off the bench with, their main starters not in there. A little interesting. So they go with Jeff Green. Doesn't really get it done too well out there. Joe Harris, 9 points, 7 rebounds. He only took 8 shots, but he's got to be kind of more clearance of shooting out there, especially without Kyrie. Without Kyrie and KD, James Harden's obviously the kind of the primary ball scorer, but Joe Harris has to be kind of the number 2 here. So he's got to take more than 8 shots there. A little lackluster by him. And then Timothy Luawe Cabaret, he's not the one that should be taking all these shots. He should not be having 12 shots. He only shot 16%, folks. That's not going to get it done. So TLC had a really bad night there. 6 points, 1 rebound. I don't know who elevated him to the starting position. I don't know what Steve Nash is doing, but this lineup here is not getting it done, and I don't know what he was really thinking here. I would have James Harden at the 2, have Bruce Brown at the 3, Joe Harris at the 4, DeAndre Jordan at the 5, and then maybe TLC at the 2, maybe that, but I do not like this starting lineup, man, at all. And then off the bench, nobody even in double digits. We got Landry Shamet at 9, Chris Chiazza at 9, and DeAndre Jordan at 5 rebounds. So really nothing great here off the bench. Nobody really stepped it up besides James Harden, and that's a little disappointing because we've been riding high on this Nets team, but we will just kind of count it as just kind of a bad game overall. They were on like an 8-game winning streak. They were all playing very well, so this was kind of their one bad game. We'll give you all bad games, here and there, but we don't want to see them consistently, so we need to see these other players start to step it up come next game, and we'll see if they do that. Alrighty, that was all the NBA from our hand. Yeah, we went over the Mavericks. Yep. All right, so that was all the NBA from last night. Let's see what's on tap today. We get a nice little 3:30 mid-afternoon game, late afternoon game here. Bucks Clippers going to be a great one. 3:30 on ABC. We'll see if we take this in our moneymaker. See if there's any great value there. Then we get Celtics Wizards. Ooh, that's going to be a great one. Do we trust the Wizards in a back-to-back on the road against the Celtics? Possibly. We'll see what the line is. And then Knicks Pistons. Hopefully the Knicks can pull off back-to-backs here. Hawks Heat. That one should be interesting too. Ooh, we get some... We're going to get some close lines here. I think it's going to be a tough day for moneymakers. Let's keep going here. Grizzlies, Rockets. Oh, we're taking the Grizzlies all day. I don't care. I don't care what the spread is. -10, -20, -50. Maybe we don't take -50 for the Grizzlies, but I think we're going to lock in whatever that line is. Warriors, Lakers. That's the night game on ESPN. Steph Curry versus LBJ, baby. Dennis Schroeder should be good to go. So maybe we can take some Lakers here, this Lakers team here. Maybe we even get good value in the spread. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then Suns, Timberwolves, Hornets, Kings, and Raptors, Bulls, as we said, was postponed at the top of the show. Alrighty, so let's get our moneymaker up. Last night didn't do so hot because, we had the Nets -4 before we knew Kyrie Irving was out, and then we chose the Thunder +7, and we just showed y'all nobody had any great performances there. So we hit on Wizards -4 and Knicks +1.5. So unofficially, we went 2 of 3. Officially, we went 2 of 4, if you count the Nets game, which we are not officially or unofficially. However those work out, y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get these lines up to date here. Let's get our handy-dandy ins and out up as well, even though they've kind of been letting us down these last couple nights. I mean, Kyrie Irving's playing, then he's not, and I know that's not, the Score Mobile's fault, but, we're still going to put the blame on them because that's where we got the information from. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see. Clippers, Bucks, and look at this, folks. Clippers +0.5 point, Bucks -0.5 point. Basically a pick 'em. Just call the winner. So here we go. Everybody's good to go for the Clippers. Drew Holiday's a game time decision for the Bucks. So if he can get back in the starting lineup, which I think he is expected to play. Let's see if we get any confirmed details on this since it's one of the early games. So we possibly may know now. Let's see. Anything great here? Anything great? Oh, goodness. What am I seeing? Chase Claypool's mom on my Twitter, on TikTok or something, getting in on the Corvette jokes. I don't like seeing this, honestly. Y'all just got busted last season. I don't want to see you making jokes about you being bad. All right, I don't like that. All right, what else do we get here? Nothing about Drew Holiday's status. I think he is going to play, folks. I think he's back. But we don't get anything solid. Nothing confirming it here. But we're going to confirm it anyway. We're going to say Drew Holiday's playing. I'm almost certain he's playing. Now, I mean, Clippers at full strength over the Bucks. I think I kind of like it. And we're going to take this game just because it is a primetime game on nationally televised. So, I mean, why not take this one? So, we're going to go Clippers. We just cannot trust this Bucks team really at all. We know Giannis is going to have a great game. We know that. But is Dante DiVincenzo? I mean, he had a great game the other night where he had like kind of the game-winning charge against the Pelicans. That was great. But we know it doesn't really step it up consistently. Chris Middleton is kind of a little hit and miss these last kind of week and a half games. It's really just Giannis there in Milwaukee, and that's what we know. And nobody really steps up in this Clippers team with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George going against kind of a top-tier, top-echelon team in the East. I'm sure they pull out all the stops. So Clippers, they're deeper than the Bucks. They're a little bit more consistent of their playmakers than the Bucks are. They have more playmakers than the Bucks. I mean, the Clippers, they can hit the three. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams. I mean, Marcus Morris can even hit the three. I'm missing somebody else off the Lou Williams. Did I say Lou Williams? Whatever. I mean, y'all know who these hitters are on this Clippers team. We know they're deeper. They've got the better shooters. They've got kind of the better superstars, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I take that over Giannis because Giannis he's a big. We know bigs don't get it done by themselves in this league. So you need other scorers, you need other shooters. That's why we're going to take the Clippers plus half a point here. Basically just picking them to win. All right, let's move on here. Let's see if we get any better value elsewhere. Wizards, Celtics. Wizards plus 6.5. Ooh, I think we found it, folks. Let's see if everybody's going to go for the Wizards. Ish Smith out, which we know he hasn't played. He didn't play last night either, right? So that's fine. And then for the Celtics, Marcus Smart is still out, and Jaylen Brown, a game-time decision. A little interesting there. I'm sure he plays, but maybe he doesn't. They're getting close to the All-Star break. Maybe he takes a little bit of a game off. Now, the Wizards are on a back-to-back, which is never great, especially with this Wizards team, who is starting to prove themselves in a little bit of an up-and-coming team. But what they've been showing us is absolutely fantastic. Russell Westbrook is getting it done. Bradley Beal's still getting it done. And then Davis Burtons off the bench is that contribution, that third player that you need to have a great game. So we get 6.5 points with the Wizards. We just had them -4 and we loved it. We're going to take them +6. They're not clearly better than the Celtics team. I mean, Kemba Walker's having some kind of hit and miss nights. Jason Tatum has been off these last kind of 2 games, so maybe he doesn't get it done this game. So I think there's a little bit better value here with the Wizards +6, and we'll take that all day, folks. We are riding this Wizards train until the wheels fall off, and these wheels are pretty sturdy on there right now. So Wizards +6.5. We're loving it. Alrighty, first 2 games up, and we're already taking them. This could be a beefy moneymaker. Let's see what we get here to close it out. Warriors, Lakers, the other kind of primetime game on television. Warriors +3. Lakers -3. Let's see who's good to go for this one. Everybody's good to go for the Warriors. LeBron James, game time decision. I mean, he's going to play, folks. He's been a game time decision every single game this season, and he has not missed. So, I mean, this is going to be team versus team here. Besides Anthony Davis, everybody's good to go for the Lakers. So we're going to stay away from it because we know Dennis Schroeder does kind of elevate this Lakers team a lot more. He can hit the 3. He's the primary kind of scorer now that LeBron James has to kind of shift to kind of the main big. So he can't really just kind of, be kind of a shooter and a point guard. So Dennis Schroeder is going to probably get more work that we saw his first game back their last game. So we're going to stay away from this game. No great value here with the Warriors +3. Little decent. I think I do like the Warriors overall in this game because they are trending up, and how you beat the Lakers, you just kind of have to outshoot them and get on runs because this Lakers team does kind of flounder a little bit when you go on big runs and they're not scoring the ball. Their kind of energy goes down. Their I would just energy goes down, I guess. Their momentum, their leadership is a little lackluster when they're down as well. I mean, LeBron's a great leader, but I mean, when you look at his body language when somebody makes a mistake, I mean, he does kind of give you the death eyes where he just doesn't look at you, period. So, I mean, that does still play into account a little bit. So, we're going to stay away from this game. No really great value there, and we already got 2 great games already. So, let's move on. Knicks, Pistons. Ooh, Knicks +1. Man. Decent there. I mean, we just took them +1 against the Pacers. We get to Elfrid Payton, a game time decision. Taj Gibson, game time decision for the Pistons. Everybody's pretty much in besides the usual suspects. So Do we ride the Knicks again? Let's come back to this one. Knicks on the road. I don't know if I'm ready to trust this Knicks team on the road like this consistently. A road game on a back-to-back. We'll stay away from that until they prove that they can do that. So let's move on to Hawks and the Heat. And Hawks +6. Oof. I know this Heat team is good now. All right, so who's out for the Hawks? Danilo Gallinari, game-time decision. Bogdanovich out. Trae Young, a game-time decision. A little interesting there. And Cam Reddish, a game-time decision as well. With the Heat, everybody is good to go, besides possibly Bam Adebayo, game-time decision, and Tyler Hero. Now, I'm sure Bam Adebayo plays, but Tyler Hero may not play. Goran Dragic is still in the starting lineup for the Heat, which is great. That's what we need. Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic both together. But if Trae Young and Clint Capella are not going for the Hawks, we have to stay away from it. And we just said that Trae Young could possibly be a game-time decision. This Heat team is back on track now that Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic are both in the starting lineup and they're at home. So I think we have to stay away from the Hawks +6 here. And I don't want to take this Heat -6.5 if Bam Adebayo is not playing. So we've been getting burned a little bit by these kind of late ins and outs, and let's not push it here with this Hawks and Heat team now that there's a lot of players on both sides that are potentially out. So let's stay away from this one. I don't even know. Let's just say everybody's good to go for both these teams, and everybody's, that was a game-time decision plays. I think I like the Heat -6 still. So let's stay away from this one. No great value either way with all these game-time decisions. All right, Grizzlies and Rockets, and I may be taking this Grizzlies -4 here if everybody's good to go for this Grizzlies team. Grayson Allen is out, which is possibly a good thing. That could be a good thing because he's kind of been floundering these last couple of games here, putting up no points or 1 point or 2 points or shooting, 1 of 6 or 2 of 5, just nothing great, And then, oh, yes, instant. There it is. That's all we need to see. Victor Oladipo out. That's all. That's all that matters, really. So, yes, Grizzlies -4. Victor Oladipo out for the Rockets over Grayson Allen. We're taking the Grizzlies all day. The Rockets need Victor Oladipo, John Wall, and Christian Wood if they want a chance at winning. And we just said that 2 of those players are out. So, Grizzlies -4. We're taking that. Yes, sir. All right, Suns and the Timberwolves now. Suns -10, T-Wolves +10. Really doesn't matter who's in and out here. Not going to swallow 10.5 here with the Suns, especially of how kind of close and competitive the Timberwolves have been playing ever since they fired their coach and ever since Karl Anthony Towns has been back. They haven't been winning the games, but they've been close and competitive. So we're not going to swallow the 10 with the Suns. And then the last game of the night, Hornets and the Kings, and we'll just to pick them here. And what do we know about these two teams? Hornets are still kind of trending up a little bit, while the Kings have just broken their 9-game losing streak. So, game time decisions for the Hornets, we got Gordon Hayward and Cody Zeller. And then for the Kings, Hassan Whiteside is out. Once again, a little bit of a big old backup there off the bench, a big off the bench. So, going to stay away from this one. I think I do like the Hornets +0.5 a point. It's just a pick 'em, but I feel like we've got great picks here on our moneymaker already. Let's not push it. A solid 3-teamer here. Clippers +0.5 a point. Wizards +6.5. Grizzlies -4. That's where the value is here today, folks. That's how you make some money. Make some money. Alrighty, let's move on to our main topic today, which is our NFL draft prospect of the day. And today's NFL draft prospect is Trevon Moehrig, safety from TCU. Now, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I tried to figure it out, but it sounds like Moehrig, not Moehrig, something like that. But whatever his name is, we're not being disrespectful by not pronouncing it right. But we're gonna call him Trevon Moehrig for now, because I think that's how it's pronounced. So here it is, Trevon Moehrig, safety from TCU, 6'2", 202, not bad for a safety. So let's get into his stats, and we'll also look at some of his highlights, like we do always when we look at our draft prospects. So here we go. 3 years at TCU, freshman year, played 11 games, so well done. 15 tackles, 1 interception, 1 pass defense, so not bad. And then his sophomore year got even better. Love to see that. You getting better every single year. So 2019, 62 tackles, 4 interceptions, 11 pass defenses, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 forced fumbles. A hell of a season there in 2019. And then here in 2020, playing 10 games, 47 tackles, 2 interceptions, 9 pass defenses, no fumble recoveries or forced fumbles. But overall, not a bad career there. Obviously, 2020 has been a wonky season because of the whole COVID outbreak. And, so we don't want to put too much stock in the 2020 season, but we do kind of want to see what you've done for us lately. So it is kind of a nuanced discussion that we try to get there, that we try to do here. But not great that they're not getting to bowl games. As we see, only in 2018 they got to a bowl game, and that was his freshman year. So let's see what they did there. Alrighty, facing against California, and they get the win, so that's promising. And he only had 1 tackle, nothing else. Let's see what the defense held California to. Only 7 points. That's pretty locked up defense. I mean, they got locked up defensively as well. I mean, they only put up 10 points, but hey, I mean, you only give up 7 points the entire game, and they only scored. They gave up 7 points. It looks like off the rip potentially. 7 points in the first quarter. So, I mean, that's pretty locked down for the rest of the game, not getting beat the entire game. So we'll give them that. But then, as we said, I mean, no bowl games in 2019 or 2018. So I guess we'll just have to look at his last game there, the culmination of your season. What did you do the last game? Let's see. In 2019, this was his best season, so hopefully they end on a win. Against West Virginia, ooh, they lose. Ugh. What did he have here? 4 tackles, no picks, 2 pass defenses. Just unfortunate that they lose, and they only gave up 20 points. That's not bad. But couldn't make it to the bowl game that season. Truly unfortunate. Now let's go to 2020. What did he do his last game in 2020? Hopefully something a little bit better than 2019. All right, they win their last game against Louisiana Tech. What did he have? 3 tackles, no interceptions, no pass defenses. All right, so not getting to bowl games, not great. We do want to see bowl games. We weigh heavy bowl games in college because you have so much time to prepare, and plus now you've kind of faced a team that is kind of matching up because in college, during the regular season, you are facing a lot of lackluster defenses. All right, so the stats are not bad. The 2019 season for Trevon Moehrig is absolutely fantastic. These are great numbers, good numbers. Do I say great? 4 picks is pretty great. 11 pass defenses is pretty great. Challenge me. Don't challenge me. 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Yeah, we'll call it great numbers there. Fantastic work by Trevon Moehrig in 2019. So the stats are decent. Nothing too great. Not getting to bowl games. Nothing great, but that kind of goes with the team overall. It takes the team to get to the bowl game, so I do understand that. So now let's look at his film. We got a nice little highlight clip from all of his seasons, probably mostly his 2019 season since that was his best season. But yeah, so we're going to look at his highlights from basically his entire college career. Nice little 10-minute highlight clip of that. And then if we need to go a little bit deeper, we do have a game of this season. I don't know if this is every single play that he's on, but this is a lot of plays of just pointing him out so we can kind of see where he is on the field and how he plays in just kind of a total game scenario, not just highlights. So we'll get this kind of game going if we want to see a little bit more by him, which we probably will because this is a full game highlight, so which is pretty good. But let's start first with the highlights. Let's get juiced up on this man. Let's start believing in Trevon Moehrig. Should our teams be drafting this man high, low, first round overall, first pick overall? Can he challenge Trevor Lawrence as the number 1 overall pick? Probably not, but let's see what we get here. Here we go. Trevon Moehrig, safety from TCU. He is number 7, and it does say he played number 17 as well, so we'll keep an eye out for that if we ever lose him. So here we go. Trevon Moehrig, safety from TCU. Let's see what this man is got. First play, running play, just comes up. He makes a solid tackle right there. Very well done. Comes up. Doesn't wrap up, but a nice little shoulder hit, just getting out in front of him and bringing him down. Now, everybody yells at me from technique. I mean, if you look at that just Seth Owens tape that I broke down of a high school junior, folks, I got so much pushback saying, his technique is not great, like all that. I get it, folks, but if you're bringing him down, I can excuse, not having great technique every single tackle or just going to make the big hit. If you know you can bring him down, if you feel confident in what you're doing out there on the field, then I will feel confident as well. Yes, technique and all that, I get it, but it's a little bit different out there, fast motion. So let's all relax a little bit. Jeez. All right, but back to the highlights here. Here we go. Next play up. Yes, sir. Great pass defense. I think the defender was out in front of the receiver, so I don't know what this Oklahoma quarterback was thinking, trying to test Moehrig there. Alrighty, against Baylor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Try to set up kind of a swing pass to the running back to the right side of the field, and Moehrig comes all the way up from the safety position and just makes a fantastic hit. Now, that's technique, folks. Wrapping up, getting your head in front. I mean, there it is, folks. There's the technique that everybody loves to freaking call out. So there it is, folks. There it is. Very well done. That's absolutely fantastic. Sticking the running back, not letting him get anything. Fantastic play there. All right, he's going to try it again. Yes, sir. Wrap up. 2-yard loss. Do not try to swing pass. He's going to lock down those running backs. Don't you dare test a running back on Moehrig like that. And look at this. Just break down. Wrap him up. Yes, sir. There he is highlighted for us. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, goes and, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and he still tries to test him. A little bit of a delayed kind of a wheel route there. Kind of turned into a wheel route right there. And he's got absolutely great positioning. Goes and attacks him right on his hip. Doesn't break up the ball, but I mean he forces the quarterback to make a kind of a difficult throw where only the receiver has a chance to make a play on the ball, and we saw only the receiver could get one hand on the ball. He's not making a spectacular catch like that. So fantastic lockup defense there. All right, going deep, and yes, there it is. He's got the deep coverage. He can come up and make a play on the running back, and there it is. Great coverage down the field in the end zone, and he just tips the ball away at the last second. Fantastic work out there. All right, he's highlighted again up top there. Once again, not going to get beat, folks. There it is. Yeah, I mean, you give up a couple of yards when you're playing that deep with the safety on is this a receiver in the slot? So, I mean, you're going to give up a couple of yards on just this kind of quick out route, but he's not letting the big plays go. He's going to bring you down as soon as at the point of contact. He's going to bring you down. So that's fantastic as well. Here he is taking the receiver across the middle of the field. Oh, we don't get another highlight of this one. It looks like he was a little too much out in front. I don't know if he made a play on that ball or not. Unfortunate. Couldn't get a clear picture of that highlight. So let's move on to this play. Once again, highlighted. Just comes up and makes a great tackle. He will give you the 5 yards. I mean, yeah, it's a little unfortunate that you do give up the first down there, but he's not letting you get, the yards after the catch, the run after the catch. He's going to bring you down. Great hit there. Great bring down at 6'2". What do we say, 210? Alrighty, here we go against Oklahoma again, over the middle of the field. I mean, he's right all over him. Yes, sir. Knocks the ball out at the last second. There it is. Watch it again. Yes, sir. Okay, now we're getting a little crazy here. All right, now we're back to it. Now we're back to regular plays. All right, that's what we're talking about. Comes up, I mean, just a little bit of a wide receiver screen, and he comes up, he attacks quickly, recognizes it quickly. The play recognition is really great. Knows when it's going to be a swing pass, know when it's going to be a wide receiver screen. Comes up, makes a tackle. Receiver only gets maybe a yard, 2 yards at most. He just brings them down. Fantastic work there. All right, this is a total different play here, and he just comes up, and I don't know if he batted the ball, but he made a batting attempt. All right, so they show all right, a little interesting on how they're kind of formatting these highlights sometimes. All right, not loving it, but we'll let it slide a little bit. So far, it's a decent highlight package here. There it is, just coming up and making the tackle, recognizing the play. The point of attack is great, bringing him down, not letting him get any yards after the catch. Just super aggressive here. Same thing on the wide receiver screen, going to attack, recognizes it, going to attack, bringing him down. Yes, sir, that goes nowhere. This is fantastic. That's what you need in this league because we're going more in increasing on kind of, quick plays out of the backfield, the wide receiver screens to flip out to, running backs in kind of the flats area very quickly. So, I mean, he's going to translate probably pretty well in today's NFL, especially with, with what the Ravens are running. We'll come back to this play in a second, but let's finish our thought. The plays that the Ravens are running and, the fast action of Kyler Murray and Patrick Mahomes, of these kind of dual threat quarterbacks, and now everything's kind of quick. Get the ball out of your hands even quicker because of these great pass rushers, these Aaron Donalds, and, J.J. Watts are still in the league just wrecking defenses, Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa, so you have to get the ball out of your hands quickly. These safeties that can come up and make plays on the ball on wide receiver screens and quick outs to the flats for these running backs. This is what the NFL is going to turn into most likely. So, this man, Trevon Moehrig, he should be able to fit very perfectly in today's NFL. So, truly impressive so far. Let's finish these highlights now. Here we go. This one, it seems like he takes a little bit of a bad angle, comes inside, then he gets blocked out here. He does make a hit at the last second. Do they say he's out? But overall, they say touchdown, so I don't really know here. This isn't the best. I don't know why maybe he did go out a little early, but still, he took a little bit of a bad angle here. This isn't a good highlight. I would not put this up here, but he gets blocked out, takes a little bit of a bad angle, blocked out. He does, recover decently nicely, but now it's on the 1 yard line. Can he go and lock up 4 straight downs here on the goal line? Not the greatest there. Not the greatest. Good ending hit, staying with the play, not giving up. I'll give him all that. But he still get burnt. He still got a little beat early on. Throw over the middle. Ooh, we're going to get a pick by this man. Yes, sir. 2 feet in bounds. A tip up, not by him, but he goes and he gets the pick. Yeah, why did they show it in slow motion first and then the real highlight? But, it's a fantastically well-done play. Just knowing, tracking the ball. And did he catch this with one hand? He bobbled it with one hand. Let's see. It gets bobbled up, tipped up in the air. Great coverage by number 24. Tip up with the left, tip up with the right. There it is. One-handed interception. Very well done. And another look of it in full motion. Oh my goodness. Well, how many times do we have to watch this one in fast motion, slow motion, this angle, that angle? All right, finally, here we go. All right, against Baylor now in the fourth quarter. They are up 10 on 4th and 3 here. Comes up, takes away the slant route over the middle. Yes, sir. Turnover on downs. Great work there. A little bit of a late read by the quarterback here. Baylor, it's open right now. I got to throw it right now. It's not even really open like that. So, shut down defense there by Trevon Moehrig. All right, this man is winning me over. What a great safety, man. Coming up and being confident and making the plays. Yes, sir. All right. I think this man is one of the best defensive players we've seen so far. We've seen some good ones. We've got Caleb Fairley, who's a great cornerback that we are still liking. This man, we've seen some edge rushers. Oh, yeah, arid throw and just makes it. This is an easy pick. Comes over, safety helping out, double coverage on the right side of the field, and he just makes an easy pick. Arid throw, easy pick. Bingo, bango. Let's watch it one more time here. He's just playing safety coverage. Deep coverage. Helping out. There it is. Just being in the right place at the right time. Fantastic. Alrighty, against Oklahoma again. Just out in coverage on the right side of the field. Comes up and then makes, yes, sir, knocking these balls out at the last second. Yes, sir, you might get a hand on it, but we're gonna knock it right out. All right, back to a Baylor game. Ooh, he's got these receivers shook now. This receiver, clean catch right there, but he knows Moehrig is barreling down, so he doesn't have the concentration to make the catch. Yes, sir. He's intimidating. Over the middle of the field, makes a touchdown-saving tackle right there. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Trying to bring down the running back. Yes, sir. And at the point of attack, as soon as he touches this running back, he's down. He's getting no more yards. So short tackler out there, strong, can bring down anybody. Bringing down running backs is a little tough because, especially out in the open field, that's what they do. They're paid to, make you miss and to be beefy and be hard to bring down single-handedly. So very well done. Now going to go and attack. Yes, sir. Doesn't get blocked. Absolutely well done here. Avoids this block right there. Gets a hand on number 1 and doesn't really, he allows him to fall forward, but doesn't allow him to break off the run, because if he gets blocked here, let's just imagine it right here. Let's see. blocked right here. Let's say, 77 gets a great block here, maybe turns them inside. He's able to kind of break it outside, and, who knows how long this goes for. So well done, beating the tackle, getting arms on the player, bringing him down, not letting him get any extra yards. And he actually brought him down a half a yard short of the first down, bringing up third and probably inches. All right, highlighted it for us right there. Unfortunately, we don't know the down and distance here, so we don't know if this is 3rd and goal, 4th and 1 from the 1. Don't know, but there it is. Just kind of, plays the run. Patient, doesn't kind of over pursue, doesn't over attack, waits for the running back to hit the hole, and then just goes and makes a big stick there. This man, once again, 6'2", 200 pounds. This is a solid man out there, folks. Alrighty, on the goal line trying to make a safety play. Ooh, alrighty. So a little bit of he got him down. A little bit of a shoulder tackle there, trying to make the big hit, but still confident in his ability to bring the man down. So we'll give him it there, even though he didn't wrap up. All right, once again. Oh, my goodness. Just off these wide receiver screens, he plays them so freaking well, folks. Love it. Just goes and attacks instantly. Doesn't go and break down and let you kind of juke around him and pick up maybe, 5 yards off the juke or maybe even more because the blocks are there. No, go and attack. That's what I love. When you can bring somebody down behind the line of scrimmage, you have to go and just attack there. All right, a lot of missed tackles on this man, but there it is. Trevon Moehrig says, no, I'm the safety, folks. You're not going to get behind me. You may get behind, these linebackers and corners, but I'm the safety, baby. This is what I do. I don't let y'all get these explosive plays. Yes, the running back was able to get a couple of yards, but he stops them. Doesn't allow him to get any extra once he hits him, once he hits the attacker, the receiver, the offender. Another great hit out here. All right, against Texas, just goes up and makes the hit. Yeah, he caught it, but still does not allow you to get those yards after the catch, and that's what the safety's just trying to do there. Last line of defense, decent coverage there. Poorly thrown ball as well. Over the middle of the field, once again, a poorly thrown ball, no chance at a completion. Solid coverage on the receiver as well. Alrighty, another play where he could possibly get a safety. Let's see how aggressive he is. Another great stig. As soon as he hits 27 is stopped dead in his tracks. Just has to fall down. That was 3rd and 10. Now they have to punt. All right, highlighted at the top of the screen there. Oh, yeah. Plays the zone perfectly. Unfortunately, it looks like the receiver does. I love how they cut the highlight off quick because he knows that the receiver caught it, unfortunately. But, I mean, kind of a great play there. He did get a hand on the ball, just unfortunately does tip it up, and the receiver is able to kind of make a play on the ball. So, very well done to the receiver. But, hey, he's up there, got a hand on the ball, just unfortunately did not bounce his way. All righty, once again, solid tackle there. Very great coverage there, knocking the ball out at the last second. Let's see if we get a better angle here. Hopefully we do. Do we? Yes, we do. Here we go. Here it is. Boom. Great hit. Just a big old hit right at the right. I mean, his timing on these hits are great, folks. He's not getting there early. He's not getting there too late. Jarring the ball out, making the catch even harder, knowing that Moehrig is freaking barreling down on you. So that's what we got. Truly impressive here, folks. Great coverage, great recognition. I mean, that's kind of our main takeaway here. These wide receiver screen play recognition, he plays it so freaking well. Play recognition and just kind of the stick on these wide receiver screens, bringing those receivers down. Super, super impressive. Alrighty, this man's kind of won us over a little bit. Alrighty, do we do this one? Let's do this one a little bit. Just kind of see where he is kind of in just kind of a total game scenario. Here we go. West Virginia in 2020. Let's see what he did in this game to kind of give us a little bit of context of what happened. So in 2020 against, what do we say, West Virginia? Yes, West Virginia Mountaineers. Here we go. What did he do in this game? West Virginia, oh, well, they lose. So actually, this is even better that they lost this game, actually, that we know what he looks like in a loss. So in this game, he had 10 tackles. his most of any game, so maybe he was a dog in this loss. No interceptions, no forced fumbles, no pass defenses, nothing like that. But the 10 tackles, so we'll see what this means for Trevon Moehrig. Here we go. What did he do his game this season? He's going to be highlighted in every single play, which makes it even easier for us. So here we go. Comes up, makes the tackle. All right. The running back did spin out of this tackle. So once again, he made a decent tackle here, a decent hit, lowered his shoulder, tried to wrap up. Still brought him down. So not a terrible play overall. There he is, playing him. Gets beat a little bit. Having trouble bringing him down. All right, doesn't let go. Oh, ball comes loose. They say he's down first. All right, here we go at the top of the screen again. Ball doesn't come toward his side. Great coverage on his side as well. Bracketing that wide receiver. All right, here we go. Following out to the left. Last line. Oh, no, he gets beat. Oh, this is the first time he's truly gotten beat that we've seen. Unfortunate. That arm tackle wasn't going to do it there in this West Virginia. I mean, West Virginia is a decent kind of known team. So, all right, here we go. Playing the out. And once again, takes a little bit of a bad angle, tries to undercut it, tries to make a huge play on this ball. Luckily, the receiver had to go and kind of jump for it, so, he's down as soon as he touches the ground there. But, I mean, if he stays on his feet, maybe he rips it off a little bit. So, a little bit of a gambler here. He is kind of trying to make some plays on some balls here. There he is, He comes back to the ball there. Receiver just finds the open spot in the zone, and I mean, it's not bad coverage. I mean, it's still a great ball thrown, and it's still a great catch, and still a great route. But there he goes. He comes up and makes the tackle. Doesn't allow you to get behind him. Here he is, just kind of a safety, playing kind of the middle of the field. They go out to the short side of the field. I mean, that's not bad. That's kind of great coverage by this man. All right, safety going deep, or he is deep. Makes a play on the ball. Unfortunately, he still caught it, though. All right. Let's see his closeout here on this ball. Looks back for the ball. Just misses it just by a little bit. But he did get his head around. He was trying to look back at the ball. Just unfortunately missed it. All right. Play doesn't go to his side of the field. Here he is. Top of the screen. Once again, they don't go to his side of the field over there. Great coverage in the end zone. And now this brings up 3rd and 2. Can they get off the field and force a field goal attempt? Once again, they don't go to his side of the field. They try to attack this left side over here. All righty, 1st and goal now. Comes up. All righty, running play up the middle. 2nd and goal, getting closer. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, that is kind of every running back's worst nightmare, trying to dive over the pile, but you get caught on the pile. Look at this man caught on the pile, and then he starts to kind of flounder a little bit. He's like, hey, I don't want to be up this long. All right, so looks like they gave up a touchdown there, unfortunately. But here we are, back to the defense here. Safety over the middle. Great coverage, taking the slant route over the middle, and a great coverage all around, forcing the incomplete pass. Here he is, back up top here, playing down. Once again, they go to the left side of the field, not to his side, and it kind of breaks for big yardage. So the left side of the field, Moehrig is kind of responsible for kind of the middle and the right, and they're attacking the left. They're staying away from this man. I would too. I know what this man can do. All right, they just take the underneath route, the safety valve route. All right, Moehrig in the middle of the field this time. Comes up. There it is. Stops the runner. I mean, that was good. Avoided the block, got to the runner, made sure he wasn't going anywhere else. Another run play on 2nd and 19. All right, here we go. Dropping back in coverage. Taking the deep routes. And, I mean, this is very well coverage. He was kind of helping out in the middle of the field a little bit more. One-on-one coverage on the outside. They're going to call pass interference. All right. Unfortunate. Not on Moehrig, though, so who cares? Who cares about these other players over here? We're only here for Trevon Moehrig. All right, scored another touchdown. All right, here it is. Yes, sir. I think this is one of the highlights that we saw, but kind of making the open field tackle. Yes, sir. Attacking the running back, bringing him down behind the line of scrimmage. Yes, sir. Perfect play. Love it. All right, back into coverage here, dropping back, playing kind of the middle and the right side of the field, and another player making a cut on this ball. There he goes, takes that receiver up there. They go to not him. I mean, this is why we have to take, highlight packages, and, he may not be having great seasons statistically wise, but I mean, look at the position he's playing, folks. They're not even going to his field half the time. He's taking, the deeper routes, and, his play is forcing the ball somewhere else. Great read here. It is is it a draw? Kind of a little bit of a draw there. And he just comes up and he makes the play. That he could have kept going, folks. If Moehrig doesn't come up and make this tackle, keeps on going, probably at least another 20 yards easily, if not a touchdown. So he is great in the open field. He does have some great open field tackles. We'll note that down. All right, comes down on the running play. Doesn't even really be on the line of scrimmage. Blow up in the backfield on 3rd and 1. Yes, sir. Another just at the point of attack. Look at him come up, read this play. A little bit of a tight end screen trying to develop, and he just goes, doesn't get blocked, makes the tackle. I mean, this man can blow up your screens every single time. I freaking love it. Over the middle of the field, not towards Moehrig. This is what happens when Moehrig isn't making the tackle over here. You get a trash tackle, and then the receiver keeps on going. Unfortunate. If Moehrig is on that tackle, he's brought down. He's brought down quick. All right, now he's on the left side of the field a little bit. Went and attacked the receiver, although it was a running play. I don't know. That might have been just a revenge hit there. Look at where he's going. This isn't a wide receiver screen. Receiver's like, hang on, I'm going out to block. And he's like, oh, you're going to go block me? I'm going to put you 5 yards back. If you're looking for a block, I'm here to block. All right, down in the red zone now. Got to see him kind of lock it up a little bit. Great coverage. Great coverage forces the quarterback to take off and run, and he gets absolutely popped. Great coverage by Moehrig in the entire kind of defense here to force the quarterback out of the pocket. Takes a big shot there. Forced him with a field goal. Another wide receiver screen. That first tackle. See what we're talking about? The first tackle. If that's Moehrig, this is a bring down. Unfortunately, Moehrig takes a little bit of a not great angle. Goes a little bit too much inside here. Unfortunate. Can't kind of recover. Here we go in the middle of the field now. They just shoot it out quickly. Right side of the field, he's going to come back to the left. I mean, what a great coverage all around for kind of the sack. He does kind of get rid of the ball, but here we go. Moehrig just kind of watch him. Great coverage. Takes this man. Everything is very well covered, so quarterback couldn't go anywhere with it. All right, running play. Moehrig is there to kind of make sure it doesn't go anywhere else. Ooh, a punt. Oh, is this his punt return? Let's see what he's got. Moehrig. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do not get this man on punt return. He muffed it. He muffed the punt. Oh, big. Not good. Big red flag there. Muffed his lone punt return. Oh, gosh. That's big old bad. Oh, boy. They go deep, not on Moehrig though. See what happens. That's just on a corner. Moehrig takes an underneath route. Unfortunate. It's kind of the right route to take. This man's just got to be better on the one-on-one coverage. Unfortunate. Is that Moehrig? Oh, okay, that's not Moehrig. I was going to say, Moehrig missing another tackle there. All right, probably last play here. They're running. Just comes up. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere else. And there it is. Alrighty, so that's Trevon Moehrig, folks. Safety from TCU. I mean, what we really loved is his play on those wide receiver screens. He shuts them all down. Great kind of tracking the ball. Great coverage as well. He can't be a punt returner. He muffed it bad. Not great there. So, I mean, they were avoiding throwing to his side of the field a lot. Looking good out there. The highlights were great. The wide receiver screens, shutting those down, were great. The open field tackles as well were very, very good as well. So a solid player here. Definitely can see him going in the first round. Definitely could potentially be one of the top safeties overall. We'll have to kind of, track the other safeties as we continue our draft countdown here. But very solid here. 6'2". And we also forgot to mention that he won the Jim Thorpe Award for this season, 2020, and they give that to the best defensive back. So he had a pretty great season this season as well in 2020. So not bad overall. Great player, great prospect. Would love to have him on my team, I'll tell you that. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow, live noon Eastern tomorrow. And hey, if you're watching it right now, we're going to spoil who we're looking at tomorrow. Mac Jones, going to finally look at that man, quarterback from Alabama. One really great season this season. Should he go high in the draft because of that? Let's see how he's looking tomorrow on the show. So we'll break down the stats and the film of Mac Jones, quarterback of Alabama. That's going to be our spoiler. If you're listening, we're not going to say it anywhere else. We're not going to say it again. And there it is. That is that. So we're back tomorrow, folks. Thanks for tuning in.